Hey everybody, Tom Barnish, Chicago Scene, here in the Lawndale neighborhood on 16th Street. And 16th Street used to be a bustling street back in the 60s where things were really hopping in the Lawndale neighborhood. And then we had the riots happen, disinvestment, and it's been kind of empty for years and years and years up until this year, where a young woman who was in the corporate world for years and years decided to open up her own store right here on 16th Street. And this young lady is Vetress.
Vetress Boyce, yes.
Vetress Boyce, how are you?
I'm great, and you?
I'm doing well. So today, of all days, I come here and there's kind of some big political news for you specifically, just because you ran for alderman back in 2014,
in 2011 and 2015.
And then all of a sudden now the alderman steps down and you got a couple phone calls.
Yes, the great Alderman Scott Jr., who's the son of the great Alderman Scott, decided to resign today to pursue some greater endeavors, and we wish him well. And my phone started ringing off the hook at 7 o'clock in the morning announcing, the news and asking if I was interested in being appointed for the position. And the answer, of course, is yes. I ran for office in 2011. Michael Scott and I got in a runoff in 2015 after 10 people in the race. The first race had 18. And so with that history and, not ever giving up, keeping my feet, to the ground and continuously helping the community focus on economic development, I'm here today, and I'm excited. I'm excited about the future of the 24th Ward.
Right, specifically 16th Street.
Yes.
You've already worked to invest in some beautification projects with trees being planted on the street for the first time in 40-something years,
Yes.
flowers being put in. You mentioned businesses are starting to open up. Somebody next door is working on something. There's a soul food cafe opening up down the
Yes.
street. So things are happening here in Lawndale on the 16th Street. But your store was one of the pioneers of that redevelopment, that movement to start things up again, to join the likes of like the pharmacy down the street there that's been here since the 60s, but they've kind of been
Yes.
holding the ground here all by themselves, and that's where you come
Yes,
in.
absolutely. We have a few beauty shops, and barbershops on 16 as well. We also had some small grocery stores, which we still consider the North Lawndale community a food desert because it's not the quality food that we know that we deserve. And me coming to 16th Street was sincerely a passion of mine because of the great history that's here. And we have vacant lots that's been vacant since the 1968 riot because of the death of the great Martin Luther King Jr. And that breaks my heart. So bringing my business here to 16th Street was a passion and a desire of mine. And I am so happy to be here and to work with the alderman and the beautification, like you said, with the trees. And there's more coming,
This is just the beginning.
This is just the beginning. And we're actually pushing to have or invite more businesses to 16th Street. And it's also incorporated as well.
Right, that's also another one of your endeavors. Why don't you say what that was?
Yes, well, 16th Street is now incorporated with the state of Illinois as Blacknificent Mile West. And what that is just trying to encourage more Black businesses to come to 16th Street so that we can infuse our community with capital, with funding, with investments so that our money can make a difference and it can be adequately counted. Because currently in our community, we don't have many places that we can shop. The food deserts, the grocery stores, whatever we want, we have to shop outside of our community, which makes the community's concentrated net worth look low.
Right.
But if we were able to shop in our communities, can you imagine what that dollar would look like?
Right, you were mentioning the area has some 30,000 people in it,
Yes.
not buying here, not shopping here, just because there's nothing here. So that's what you're trying to change.
Absolutely. And the businesses that are here don't consist of the majority of the demographics of the people that live here. And so we're trying to change that, the demographics of that, utilizing several city programs, the Neighborhood Opportunity Fund program, which a lot of businesses, are pursuing, but we have to figure out why a lot of the business aren't actually completing the process. So then we have the $5 million reinvestment, a community reinvestment fund, and so we want to utilize those programs to bring Black businesses back to North Lawndale.
And you struggled to get this one off the ground just because it hasn't really been done outside of certain areas of business to open up a beauty supply store. You fought your own battles to get that to be a reality, first with your medical supply store online during the pandemic, and now this, and you turn it into a brick and mortar here in Lawndale.
Absolutely. We started here in 2020 when the pandemic hit. With the medical supply business, we had no idea that the pandemic was coming, but we had access to COVID protective gear that the community needed, the masks, the hand sanitizers, gloves, and they were able to come here and buy the product at affordable pricing. And once that slowed down, we were looking to say, okay, what next? And we wanted to stay here, and we brainstormed and said, what about a beauty supply store, which is an industry that African Americans have had a hard time tapping into, simply because it's dominated by a whole nother race of people. But collectively, with other beauty supply stores on the south side of Chicago, Solo Beauty, and a few other African American owned beauty stores networking together to meet the minimum purchases, we were able to really tap into the market. Wasn't easy. It was a pure struggle, but we're happy to be here.
Right, but one of the things that you mentioned is that you listened to the community when they came in here to tell you what they were looking for, and you almost so where you wrote it down on lists to make sure that you had those specific supplies or products in your store to be able to sell that to them, so you didn't have empty shelves for product that nobody wanted. You were supplying the product that people wanted. Absolutely. And that's what makes it such a unique space here in Lawndale.
Yes, when we opened, we called it Shop While We Stock. In other words, we allow people to come in and shop while we were stocking our shelves. And what we didn't have, we completed a list. And weekly, we would go pick up those products. So you don't see product on our shelves that are dusty and that aren't selling, because we're catering to the need of the community. And we also have people that travel here outside of our community. We have people that come from Joliet, Naperville, Westmont, from the far south sides of Chicago. And if they're looking for a product that we don't have, we still have our running list and we buy it. So we're able to support what the community and others want in a beauty supply store.
And so what are people coming in here, what are they looking for?
Oh my God, they're looking for all types of product, mostly hair care product. We sell a lot of hair. As you can see, we have a huge supply of hair here. They love our accessories. They love our accessories. I took a picture in this one and posted on Facebook with the purse, and I sold out in my inbox overnight. Really? And so our accessories are priced moderately. Our purses range anywhere from $19 to $69. Okay, this is a Gucci inspired set here. It's not Gucci, it's just
but it looks
inspired,
just like the
but
real
the
thing.
look is good. The look is great. It's fabulous. And so people come here for quite a bit of our accessories, our hats, the hair. We also offer clothes in the front of our store, look thrown outfits that they can, enjoy the summer with. And also eyelashes, of course. Women love their eyelashes. And so over here, we have a full line of African American owned manufacturing product. My L line is very popular. They carry it in the Target stores, the Walmart stores, and we also have it here where we're competitively priced. And you have quite a few African American manufacturers that are starting to open their own line, because they understand exactly what it is that African Americans need to keep our hair healthy. And
you also have, I noticed that you have the eyelashes here.
I do.
Let's show those off, huh?
Yes, we sell eyelashes, and it's very important for us to keep our stock full at all times. Yes, because women
all
come
different
in,
kinds, right?
all different kinds. So we have the simple ones to the really, really luxurious eyelashes that people like. And so we have a whole section here around the corner of eyelashes that women come in and buy.
And not only eyelashes, but like you said, a bunch of beauty supplies that are up on the wall. And your daughter's currently helping you stock over there. But that's it's all in the family. You're in the community. You've been in the community in the west side of Chicago your whole life. You've raised your family. You have grandkids, which I cannot believe.
Yeah, 6 kids, 14 grandchildren. I live here. My income property is here, my investment property, and my business is here. We raised our children here. We have 2 children that are graduating from college. We have very productive citizens that we've raised, and we live right here in the North Lawndale area. So we take pride in this area, and this is where our history lies, and this is where we're going to stay. But we're going to stay in a way where we can help the community grow economically, and that's our plan for 16th Street.
Fantastic. Is there social media handles that people should check out?
Absolutely. Boyce Enterprise. We're on Facebook. We're on Instagram.
And maybe in the future we'll be calling you older person Boyce.
Let's hope. I really, really have a desire to be the alderman and ally for the 24th Ward, to make sure that the residents here get exactly what they need and deserve.
Well, I'm honored to help tell this story, and congratulations on your success, and best of luck with your future success.
Thank you.
Absolutely. That's the Chicago scene here, TBARNAS at WGNTV.com. If you have a suggestion for the Chicago scene, that's tbarnes at WGNTV.com. Thank you very much. I appreciate the help. And
Thank you.
you even have your daughter there. You can give a little hi. It's a family affair. Thank you.